Guys, trying again. Let me put my tablet over here and see if it's showing anything on here. Go back.
So, she'll be back in a few minutes. Bye-bye. So, she'll be back in a few minutes. Bye-bye. So, she'll be back in a few minutes. Bye-bye.
Oh, hey, I'm sitting here looking at my tablet. Can you hear me? I guess you can see me, but I don't know if you can hear me. Can I get a thumbs up? Perfect. Okay, I think that's what it is. I think the issue is that we did try this. It's not like we just said, oh, let's go and gonna do it on Monday. We did try this, we tested it, but for some reason, I'm going on under Rosanna, and if she goes on there at the same time, I guess that creates an issue with the lives. So we're gonna have to, Rosanna, you're gonna have to make up a new channel or a new YouTuber name week. I think it should be Kneecapper. So you could be Kneecapper week, but you just can't sign in under Rose's Garden. And that brings me to happy Monday and welcome to In Rose's Garden. I know that most of you here, I'm not going to assume, I'm not Rosanna. In Rose's Garden is run by Rosanna Bradford, one of my most favorite instructors. She's awesome. She's amazing. And one of the things I love so much about Rosanna is that she takes the time to really teach. I know that when I first came on here a year ago, somebody had just made a comment to her that she took too long explaining things in her videos. Well, that's what I love about her. I love that she does take the time to show us and do things. Now, I came home because Rosanna does everything for everybody else, and I just wanted to be able to give back a little bit to her and cover for her. I've been paying attention to what you ladies have been saying and wanting. So we're going to do fun things. And at our now, yes, this is In Rose's Garden. I'm just not Rosanna. My name is Beth Ballou. I am actually one of her students, one of her most avid students. I very, very rarely miss a show. Honestly, with her or Heather or Randy on Thundercast or Dorothy or Dominique or Dawn, it just seems that we've done so much in the past few months. I love seeing that. I am going to try to, before I get started here, well, no, you know what, I wanted to make sure that I could see,
She'll
sorry,
be back in a few minutes.
That's Rosanna again. I want to see that, to make sure that you could see the camera, so I had my tablet set up, so I'm logged under a different name there, so that I would be able to see what y'all are seeing, because, hey, can't see it with the camera when you're doing it. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, Arnell, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so a couple of things. I want to start off by saying I don't know how long Rosanna has had her show, but she is on every day, Monday through Friday at 12 Eastern time. And I'm sorry, that's the time zone that I'm in, so that's the time zone I pay attention to. So good afternoon to all of us. Anybody further, good evening. Anybody further the other way, good morning. I hope you're all starting off the great day. One of the first things I wanted to talk about was some contests with Bargain Bead Box. Is everybody out there, is there anybody out there that does not use or subscribe to Bargain Bead Box and submit pictures to them every month? Thank you, I appreciate that. It's only from my waist down that my whole legs are trembling and doing all of this. So hopefully we will get past that. Anyway, contests. They have changed some things, and I think it's really, really some awesome changes. And I wanted to make sure that you all knew about it because I want us to do something with it this week. I want us to do a collaboration. So let me tell you how they've changed it. I did go and look this morning on Facebook. I did not see that they had updated, so I went and watched the video again. So as you know, they have always done a two, I think, giveaways at this up to this point. A crowd favorite, they called it, and then a random drawing. Okay, and each of those were $50 gift kits. So now what they've done is they just announced, Lauren just announced last week, they're changing that. They've grown that so much. Before, when the contest was done, there was just a random drawing, and then they put in a creative corner. You could enter there and people could go in and vote for you. But apparently there's been a lot of people asking, saying, hey, we would rather, instead of having somebody, because you could go and have your family. I thought about it. You could go in and say to all your friends and family, hey, could you just go in and vote for me so I can win that? So I guess apparently there were a lot of people who were questioning that, and what they wanted to know was, could they get a more juried, what do you call it? I guess announcement or winner, okay? So that's what they're going to do now. They say they've grown their staff enough, have enough designers in-house now that they can do this in there. So now the contest is going to be in 3 different ways. There will be a total of 6 winners. All right. First way is going to be across the board. And across the board is just going to be what a crowd favorite is. Okay? Or it's going to replace what a crowd favorite was. Before, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I made it. Before it used to be just a random drawing, and like I said, in the thing. Now what they're going to do is their jewelry team designers are actually going to decide who has the best across the board design. Okay? So it's not going to be based on subscribers anymore. It's going to be based on their design team. So that's going to be the first one. That will be a $70 gift certificate. Okay? The second one is going to be on theme for whatever the theme is for that month. Like this month, I think, what's it called? I think fairy tale romance. Yeah. I haven't really unboxed my second one. I get 2 subscriptions every month, and I know that sounds a little silly, but I do it for a good reason. I went back and I added what I was doing and what I was spending there every month, and I discovered that it would cost me less to get 2 subscription boxes than to just go in and buy the mishmashes and things I want. I've always been a believer, I think a lot of the instructors online want to make sure they use everything in the box, that it's just the box. I've got no problem adding things from my stash into it. And one of the reasons I have no problem with that is because that's what we build stashes for. And I have a feeling, I'm sorry, I just read a weird comment. Anyway, it just totally threw me when I lost my whole train of thought there. So I'm going to start over with something else and I'll think about it. So the own theme, like I said, it's talking about my stash. Most of the things from my stash come from Bargain Box. Like when we talk about what I would like to do a little bit later, I'll show you what I have because I got last year they had stash with Road Night in it, and I bought 2 of those. And I have some beautiful pieces that would go great with this month's box. Do I have a problem? Nah, I don't have a problem using those things. It's all on theme. It's all about us trying to be creative and good. And I'm starting to understand that. I've been putting myself down saying, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. I'm going to quit saying that. You're not going to hear it anymore because it doesn't matter. We're all good in different ways. So I think that's a great way to do it. And the only reason I'm saying that about the stash is simply because of the fact that there were several people who commented on Bead Box. They didn't think it was fair that people use things from that weren't in the box. So I don't know how you feel about it, what your feelings are. I'm telling you what the contest changes are. I'll tell you that, what my idea is a little bit later on. But I do want to get through the changes because we don't necessarily always hear these things. So across the box, own theme this month is fairy tale romance. Start thinking about that. And out of the box is their third category. Now, out of the box category, they said is something like you could use several components. It could be a design. It could be like, honestly, something like this would probably be considered out of the box. This is the women's watch chain I made that you could cook on your jeans or your suit or anything else and put in your pocket, and it gives you a cute little thing. And I made it so that you could change the like I used just rosary bead that was pre-beaded and then some amazonite that I had done. But you could change these. They're their own class, so you could change them. That would be something that I would consider to be out of the box. You know, I think that was the only watch chain. I saw some other amazing things, don't get me wrong. But I think when they're talking about out of the box, that would be the thing that they're talking about, doing something totally different. Keep that in mind. Okay, so those 3 categories across the board, just an overall what they think is the best. And once again, not from subscribers anymore. It's going to be from them. Their jewelry designers will decide. Own theme. Again, we just talked about that. That's what, once again, their designers will decide. Then the out of the box one, which is a unique component, or you could do something else, just something that's totally different. It doesn't have to be a piece of jewelry. That's what they're saying. They're just opening this to us so much more to expand it. And she had said on her video that part of the reason they're doing these things because they want to make sure that they encompass people of all levels, all skill levels. I've been doing, I wouldn't say I'm a beginner. I've been doing this for like, 2.5 years now or so. But there's people that have forgotten more than I've even learned up to this point. So it does encompass and give people a way to kind of win in different ways. It gives you a reason to enter. Then on top of that, so you've got the $375 gift certificates there. On top of that, they're going to do, instead of 1 random pick for a $50 certificate, they're going to do 3 random picks. So now, instead of 2 prizes, which is what we've seen, best favorite design, or crowd favorite, I think they called it, and just a random drawing. So now it's going to be across the board, overall design, own theme for whatever the box is, and an out-of-the-box use. Those are the changes that have been made. I did check this morning. She just announced them the other day. I did check this morning to see if they had updated the contest rules on Facebook. It had not been updated as of yet. But as I said, this was just the other day. Okay. So anybody have any questions on that? If you do, I probably won't see it because I'm looking straight from my phone. I keep looking over here because I wanted to set it up like I had it yesterday, where I could watch my tablet to see what y'all are seeing while I was talking to you. So forgive me. I'm sorry. I guess these things always happen. We practiced yesterday. I stayed awake till 5 in the morning, worried about was I going to be able to do this. But yes, we're going there. All right. Let me see. Oh, and Rose's Garden is live. I'm sorry. What I'm doing is I'm just logging in on my tablet under me instead of Rosanna. The reason that we did this week like this, though, is I'm going in under Rosanna's. I don't have a channel. I don't do that. I'm doing it because I love Rosanna and I love y'all. What we've had in the past year, there's been some health issues. There's things going on. We depend on each other. We enjoy each other. I think for a lot of us, it's a big part of our day. So I just wanted to fill in and make sure that we had something there. All right, I'm trying to get this to come up because I can't, if I turn this down now on my phone, I'm not going to be able to, you'll be able to see the map, but I won't be able to see if you're seeing the map. All right, so a couple other things while I'm waiting for that to do. When we were talking about the on the wire, off the hook idea. Oh, thank you, Dominique. Made it all there. Anyway, I get so distracted so easy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so nervous. I really have planned and done a good job, and then that just totally threw me off. So, as I was saying, we're doing this on Rosanna's channel because we want to keep her numbers up, all right? She does that for, as I said, she does for everybody. She's having her knee replacement. I'm betting by Wednesday she'll be itching. But she has to sign in under a different name. She has to, just for this week, if I'm doing the show. If she wants to come on and do it, that's fine. But she's going to have to be kneecapper. Okay, so because I wanted to, and I said on one of our little practice shorts yesterday that I'm not above bribing y'all. I'm happy to check in every day. And this is going to be an honor system thing, ladies. I am trusting you to, when she comes back and she says, hey, yeah, the numbers close, or they were good, they didn't drop too bad, then that's when we're going to give the prize away. So I'll let her decide all of that. And when it happens, then we're just going to ask everybody who logged in and came up this week just to message us so that we can put you into the drawing. Oh, thank you, Dorothy. I missed that. I didn't know she did. Okay, so what I got, the prize was, I do pay attention. And we had a conversation last week about loopers, the one-step loopers. Rosanna uses them a lot. And I pay attention to what Rosanna does. I used to do my loops with my round nose pliers. Now I use my 6 bell every time. Learned that from Rosanna. And she uses her loopers, not all the time, but sometimes. But when you go through one-step loopers, okay, they come in 3 different sizes. 1.5 millimeter, 2.25, and I just got this one. Haven't even tried it, okay? And the 3.0, okay? So, I was looking and I was going to get the 2.25 to give us the price. But I saw something it was called like a 3-in-1. And it looked pretty good. So I ordered it, and I'm going to show it to you right here simply because I get my tablet to come up. So I'm going to have to figure this out. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Out. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, so now it's on. Hold on, let me turn the volume down. We don't need to hear me twice. Out. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, so now it's on. Hold on, let me turn the volume down. We don't need to hear me twice. My husband would say you don't even need to hear me once. Okay, so anyway, I got this. I'm gonna, since I did this, give me just a second. I'm gonna try to turn down to the mat now. I just want to make sure that the camera hits the mat. As I said, I've never done this before, so we're going to... Oh, you get to see my dining room. And my light. No, here's I need to turn this the other way. I have a weird holder. I'm not real, like, crazy. Got it. Sound back on? Sorry. Switching the camera around. Anyway. Sorry. Switching the camera around. So, when it came the other day and I opened it up, it said, the first thing I read was, if you have a problem using this product, please contact us at this email and phone number, which kind of made me a little bit nervous. I'm thinking, maybe that's not such a good price to give if that's the first thing they do is warn you, okay? So I decided I was going to go ahead and test it just to see, and I did order a 2.25. So whoever does this gets whichever one they want, this one or the 2.25 one-step looper, okay? I have got to figure out how to get this, and I don't know how I did this yesterday. Bear with me for a minute as I'm switching my phone around. Okay, so now we're looking at the light. So here's what I need to do. I need to take this. I gotta go get a new holder. Where am I? Well, darn it. I hope y'all like my dining room light. No. I don't know why my holder's not holding. All right. Ooh. How is it halfway doing that? All right. All right, I got to figure out oh, I think I got it. Maybe not. All right. Before we do that, I'll work on that. Go back this way. There is something else I wanted to talk about here. Okay, hit the flip switch, the 2 arrows. All right, I'll figure that out later. I have like worn you guys out much today so far. It's not even crazy. One other thing that I did want, because like I said, when we were talking about doing on the wire and off the hook, wanted to keep you updated on things like the contest changes that were coming on today. I'm also going to give you a market challenge for the week. Right? You should get yourself a little bag and look at mine. This was a gift from my bead buddy, Leanna. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. I got it a while ago and I've been trying to decide what to do with it. And I came up with the perfect solution. You know, a lot of us don't do channels and we don't do things like that. But we do everyday life. Do you go to the bank? Do you go get your nails done? Do you get your hair done? Do you have pets? Do you go to the vet? Do you go to the doctor? All right. Do you go through the drive-through? All of these things. I mean, I really want us to think of some things that we do every day. The hairdresser. All right. Things that we normally do. Get yourself a bag. I'm going to call it your go bag. All right. And what I want you to do is take it and put things, earrings or bracelets, stretch, whatever you want to do. I'm going to love you, Rosanna. I know Steve is going to text me when you get out, but you know what a worrywart I am. So if you could just text me when they took you back to surgery, because I know you could sit there for, depending on what their schedule is and their emergencies and things, you could sit there for 3 hours. So please, 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 let me know when you go back. Okay, hopefully I'm back. Can you see me, hear me? It said I resumed. I think what happened was that, as I said, I'm signed in under Rosanna simply so that the numbers go for her, okay? Yeah, I think what happened, Mary, was that Rosanna said she had to go. She was signed in under the same thing. And I think when she signed off because she had to go, I think that interrupted the stream. But hopefully we're back and you could, yeah, Leah said she can see and hear me. So, and yes, somebody said, please like, I would really appreciate if you liked it. All right. So here's what I was saying, like, this is a thing of, I just took little, for a friend who, a server at a friend owns a breakfast diner. And she has this one waitress that loves like this. So, you know, get a server. If you get a good server, take that in. Take something with, oh, here's something I'd come up with. I don't know if any of you are Jeep owners, but Jeep owners, there's a thing about if you own a Jeep and somebody likes your Jeep, they're supposed to leave you a duck, okay? So, and I see my ex-daughter-in-law got one, and she has little ducks sitting there. Well, I got these little ducks from Randy, mainly because of duck cases. But wouldn't it be cute if you just saw a Jeep? Once again, you have this with your card on it. You can write a little thing. Love your Jeep, happy day, everything. Okay. I don't know while we're getting some weird messages. I'll try not to let myself get distracted. But anyway, wouldn't that be cute? They came out and you're expecting to see a duck And instead, there's a pair of earrings there. How cute. You go through the bank and you see the drive-through lady pull out a pair of earrings that have like a little purse. You go to the vet, pull out some earrings that you have a little dog charm on. The things that I'm talking about, if this costs 25 cents to make, that's a lot, all right? There's some things that you can write off on advertising as well as I'm sorry, I said they're spam. I don't know. I don't know how to handle that. So please just ignore it and I'll try to figure it out. All right. So once again, I don't think it costs 25 cents. And I don't know if you know this. Your best sources of new business is referrals. And doing something like this, I was always taught that in sales, you try to give before you ask, all right? So giving can mean a lot of things, like just trying to help guide somebody towards the right piece of jewelry. But how would you feel if you just having a bad day and you come out and by your Jeep is this little pair of rings? Or somebody you go through the drive-through and the person in the car, when you've been sitting there and you're sitting and hot or freezing and cold, hands you a pair of hamburgers. Or you could do a little chicken. I have some apples, some fruit. I have some lipstick for makeup. I have for my hairdresser. I actually just got some charms that have like combs or hairbrushes or things like this. These are things that don't cost you money to do, that you can obviously, I am not high tech at all. I was actually going to hold up a little card that said, market tip for today. But anyway, this is something so easy that you can do. You do it when you have spare time or you don't want to do anything else, or you hit a mind block and you can't think of anything else. This is something you can do without even thinking about it. Then I don't know who Jimmy is. No, I've never tried crack, but I think maybe you're on it right now. Please leave. Anyway, so you do that, you stuff them in your go bag, and you make sure that you keep this in your car, all right? It's always there. You don't have to think about it. You're not spending a lot of money. You're getting your name there for very cheap. And guess what? You're probably brightening someone's day. So that's my market tip for today. I would love if people can think of different places and things that you could do type of thing, or have other ideas. Please share, because once again, this is for all of us. We're not competing with each other. We don't compare to do that. Okay? Just hit the name and block. Okay, how do I do that? Hit the name. Oh, okay, hit the name. I don't see block, but I see a remove. Try crack. Crack is good. I can't even get my camera to work. I don't think I would be a good candidate for crack. I don't think I'd do well on that. All right. So what I wanted to do, and now I'm having a little bit of an issue. I am kind of suffering here with the whole getting my camera thing, and I will get that figured out. What I wanted to do, and I didn't even open this. I remember Mary saying something. I think it was Mary. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, can somebody else hit that name? And mine doesn't show block. I report unwanted board. Oh. Okay, so, all right, so his comment's no longer available, that one, but I'm going to do that. Anyway, so Mary had made the comment to Rosanna when I think it was doing her naughty necklace, that if you wanted to, she wanted to see her do it, and she says, we don't care if you make mistakes, it's how we learn. And I totally agree with this. Now, I'm going to say that I have never used one of these. I unfortunately, and I'm going to show you a lot of little goodies this week, just so that, you know, I want to do a little, like, couple of product segment every day. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dorothy. I did, when I first started beading, I did get one of these. Lost most of the pegs. I made one slip from it that I loved, but by then I had moved on to my next thing. I think Heather calls it FOMO, fear of missing out. Well, I definitely had FOMO, and you'll see some of the things I got this week that FOMO made me do that I don't use, all right? This, however, I did love the bracelet. It's from Beadalon, I think. No, I'm sorry. Who is this? Artistic Wire. All right. By a guy named Wyatt. I went and I actually was looking at different videos to see if they had, you know, different patterns and things. They don't have a whole lot on the website as far as that. All right. But with this, you can make bangle bracelets, and you could also do just small components. Remember what Anna was talking about, like the bracelet things that she has that she showed us? I have some, I'll show you tomorrow. Where it's just the component, you link it into either side, and it's on a adjustable, either gold, silver, or some type of cord. So you could do something where you use the jig and do that, and do just little curved components. You don't have to take, like I do have one of the bracelet things, one of the curver things that you can do and take. But this does it for you. It does it beforehand, and everything is going to be perfect. Now, yesterday I went and watched, and I'm going to tell you this now because I'm going to have to figure out how to get the camera. Something's going wrong with my mount. I can't. It worked fine yesterday and the day before. I knew this was going to happen. That's why I didn't sleep last night. But we're going to make a with that. All right, we're going to do a very, very simple one, and then if you like it, we'll do another one, okay? I was looking yesterday, and at Sarah Lovecraft Designs, she has one that she did called Fun Floral Bracelet with 3D Bracelet Jig, okay? It's a really nice video, really nice video. It's the simplest pattern in the world you could use. And once again, I'm afraid to try this because I put you through too much today. So today, I guess, is our talking day. And I apologize for that. I will have this corrected tomorrow. Rosanna will not probably feel like checking in first thing morning, so she could come in later. Maybe if I can get in first, it's going to be easier to get on and out. What I had planned on doing today was I wanted to do this. I also wanted to take this, your prize, or you could have the 2.25, either one. What I wanted to do and show you and us do it together so that we all learn together was I wanted to just take some wire and do some loops. I had pulled out different gauges of wire, 18, 20, 22, just to kind of show you, and bear with me. What is it? Necessity is the mother of invention. Since I can't go down to I can't seem to hold my camera here right now. I'm going to try to do it this way so you can maybe see it. All right. So with this thing, what you do is you take your piece of wire. It could be a head pin. It could be something else. There's 3 different sizes on here. You can see from smallest, medium to large. You take your piece of wire. You're going to, and I'm trying to do this backwards now because I'm not on that. You're going to put it in there. All right. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to show you. Then you bend your wire, the top part, or if it's a head pin, or if you have a bead on here, this would be where your other loop is and your bead is, okay? You take it, you twist that to the left, and then you just squeeze. I'm gonna have to learn about focusing better. Okay. And then just pull off. I mean, I have to take it and straighten it out a little bit, but the loop is closed. It did a great job. Now, what I'm going to do was, because I used the smallest one there, and this is the size loop it gave me, okay? So you don't have to use head pins. You could use this wire. You know your loops are going to end up the same size if you're using the same thing and you do it on either end. Like I say, you put beads on and then go back and do the other. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 1.5 one-step looper, and we're going to stick it in there. Once again, you just stick it in. You hold this, and then I'm going to put to give me my loop. I'm laughing because that is the first time ever I've come out with an almost perfect loop from the one-step looper, okay? So now look at this. Sorry, I'm trying to, once again, I will have this mat thing figured out for tomorrow. I'll just float them from my face. This was made with the 3-in-1 looper, okay? This was made with the 1.5 one-step looper. To me, the sizes seem to correlate, okay? That now, you know what, I'm going to try it again, and I do appreciate your patience. I love you guys. I'm going to try it again, but then we're going to do it with the medium size. So I'm going to use the middle one. Once again, we're using this. Putting it in the middle, just bending it to the left. My upper part here, which would be where your beads, or if you're using a head pin, where your loop would be. Then once you bend it to the left, I'm going to take it and squeeze. Lift it up. There's my, okay? So that was the medium one here. Let's try the 2.25 looper, which I think is probably the most common one, okay? So we're going to put that in. I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze it. I showed you on the other one. And just go ahead and squeeze it. Again, now I have 2 loops. One made the here was made with the 3-in-1 tool. The one over here was made with a 2.25 looper. Again, they look very, very similar in size, and I think they look good. So once again, this is your prize. We're actually going to play with it a little bit more tomorrow when we can have a way to show my camera on the mat. The other thing that I wanted to, and I might as well, since we're mainly just doing, I know they do, don't they? I'm honestly surprised. It's like I can remember my kids like being so sick at home with 103 fever, and I call the doctor, you got to get them in now. The child looks like she's dying. And by the time you get to the doctor, you get there and fever's down and she's running around and the doctor's looking at you like you have 3 heads, okay? So that's what happened here, because I've never had as good a loops come out of the, although this is the first time I had that 2.25 looper. I had the 1.5 and the 3.0. We'll do one more with that just because I just want to see what with the 3.0, how the sizes, oops, match up. Now, while I'm doing, when we first came on, I was talking about the contest changes for Bargain Bead Box. What I would like for us to do as a group, and the reason that I'm saying this is because I think this is one of the most interactive and collaborative groups. We have a great community. We love everyone, and it's so nice to have new people coming on. But I'm Rosanna's goat. When she started her members only channel, I think I was her first member. Okay, so and I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Rosanna does have a members only channel. It's $4.99 a month, which is the cheap. It's $4.99 a month, which is the cheapest membership you'll find anywhere. Actually, it's not cheap. It's way undervalued. Get videos earlier than other people, released early to you, and in addition to that, you also get a weekly video that's just for members. Well, in Rosanna, it has become such a collaborative thing. It is not a matter of Rosanna says, okay, here's our project. I'm doing this, this, and this. She pulls out and says, okay, here's what I was thinking. What do you think? And that's what makes it so enjoyable, because it's like you get so many ideas in there at once. And there's not a time that I have not walked away, coming away with something new and exciting to me. And it motivates you, okay? So what I would like to do is, we have this month's box, Bargain Bead Box. And even if you're in the Netherlands and you don't subscribe to Bargain Bead Box, everyone can still participate. What I would like us to do is I was thinking on the theme. We could do it, and if y'all would rather do something else, yeah. They have the out of the box, the crowd favorite, but I was thinking on theme, because that's a new category. And I think one of the really cool things, the jewelry is all going to be gorgeous. I mean, and we can look, and I pulled out a few, like, when I think fairy tale romance, you think of like, this is a little twisted one I had done. This is from something last year. But these are the colors that you tend to associate with romance, obviously, because that's what we got in the box. But I think whoever wins this, it's going to be a combination of the jewelry design, whether it's a set or whatever. And I think we need to make a story to go with it. A little fairy tale. Like, I was playing with it last night. This is totally up to y'all, all right? I wanted to lay it out to you today to see what you thought, because I wanted to work on that tomorrow. We're going to be working with the jig tomorrow. We may end up going over a little bit tomorrow. I'm sorry. But here we go. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a beautiful small kingdom nestled in the valley, protected by strong mountains, like a security blanket around them. The kingdom was named Beads Our Love. There was happiness and joy everywhere. Everyone appreciated the beautiful stones around them, the shimmer, the color, the way they made you feel. There were no fights, no arguments. They had a strict rule, the biggest one in the country. If you got upset or angry, you went to one of the many bead centers you could find everywhere. The beads were free. You used them to help you find your joy again. Unfortunately, there were several surrounding countries that resented the jewel piece in the country of Beads Our Love. They didn't understand how everyone could be so kind and loving. All right? So that was kind of like the beginning of what I had come up with. If y'all like this idea and anybody else wants to participate with me in doing it, then we, you like the hand behind. Anyway, I thought we could do it. Enter it is as a group. The train's coming. We've had a train track behind us. Trains haven't been coming for years. They just started coming in the last year. My dogs love the train. I could all hear them all barking out there, and I knew that's what it was. The train was coming in. But anyway, what I was going to say is that we could do it, and we'll submit. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate everybody doing that. I'm not technologically savvy. I will get better. If it weren't for the fact that I loved Rosanna and y'all so much, I wouldn't even be doing this. But I don't want her to worry. I want to keep her numbers up, and I want us to be able to see each other every day. So if you want to do that, and it doesn't have to be the fairy tale one, I just thought that would be a great one to start with when this is a good box for that. If you get a chance, and you could go look at the Sarah Lovecraft 3D bracelet jig video. Once again, it was called Fun Floral Bracelet with 3D Bracelet Jig at Sarah Lovecraft Designs. I like the way she does the flowers on there. I'm not saying that's necessarily the way that we would do our pattern. I like a little bit better. We're going to start with that one because it's so simple and easy to do. But think about it. If y'all want to do that, then we'll talk about it more tomorrow. I am going to end now, and I can't do a whole lot of things on the mat here. I have to figure that out. I may have to go buy a new phone mount this afternoon. I did want to, though, before we sign off, wanted to try this one, the bigger loop here, as compared to the 3/0 looper. Okay, so there's our loop from the 3-step one. I'm not going to adjust anything. Let's see how they both come out just straight from the thing. Okay, so now I'm using my 1-step looper. There you go, guys. To me, the size looks identical. I love the ease of it, and the fact that you only need one tool. And it does, I mean, you could do the 1-step. I've never used wire and tried to make my own, like, eye pins or anything with that, just because so many times it caught. Ironically, today, like I said, everything worked perfectly on it. But I do think that this, when you compare these two, let me just sit here and hold my hand. The other one we did. Here's the smallest one. You know what? Let's show it on the bread. The white doesn't really show it that well. Okay. So we've got smallest, medium, and the large. And honestly, I don't see any difference in the quality of any of them. So I'm really, like I said, I was very nervous about this tool because of what, like I said, when I saw that, and the first thing you see is, if you have a problem, contact us. I'm going to use it. I'm going to, whoever, assuming we keep our numbers up, okay, whoever from the random drawing, and we're going to let Rosanna do that. So that would be one prize offer, the 2.25 looper, or this 3-in-1 looper. And I got to tell you, this one's not going anywhere. I'm ordering another one because I love this thing and I want to play with it some more. Okay. And you know what? Somebody said in small hands. It is. To me, Mary, not as thick at the bottom a bit longer. For me, it's a very comfortable grip. Yeah, and actually, I didn't even think about that. I like the fact that it's a little bit longer. So anyway, ladies, that's it. We made it through our first one. We didn't get the projects done I wanted to do. I want you to think about if y'all want to, and if we do the contest entry, what we'll do is we'll just enter it under Rosanna's name. Well, I said if we all did it together, I think we could win. And if she won the $75 prize, she can do what she wants with it. She can spend it in freebies for us. She can go and buy herself some more beads. We just love her, okay? Anyway, I thank you. You guys are the best. You have no idea. I'm almost in tears now. I know some troubles here at the beginning and some troubles here in the middle. None of this happened yesterday, but that's the way it goes. But through. I hope, if nothing else, that you picked up something from today. I love you ladies so much. The other thing I have too for this week is I had said something about chainmail. I did get the chainmail book and the Japanese lace chainmail kit. If y'all want to do this, you guys are the ones that are going to guide the week. I have some ideas, some plans, but in the beading world, everything is flexible, and it's really all about what y'all want. Where am I from? I'm originally from Georgia. I was born and raised in Georgia, born in Atlanta. Anyway, love all. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for coming on, and I promise tomorrow will be better. Have a great afternoon. I will text everyone and let you know when Rosanna gets out of surgery. All right? Love you all. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow at 12 with a camera that will face the mat. Either that or I'll have an adult person, a human body standing here holding it. How's that sound? All right. Have a great afternoon. I will let y'all know how Rosanna is doing. Love you. See you tomorrow.